Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my weekly Tea Time and a Card. I just need to make sure my volume is off on my iPad. Okay, I just need to know, I'm going to do this every time now only because I lost my microphone a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't working. Just let me know if you can hear me by giving me a thumbs up. I can see you guys all hopping on. Okay, I can see some thumbs up. Yay! So as you can see, I have some leaves here. I picked those in my yard today. That's what I'm going to be showing you how to use on your cards today, believe it or not. I did this technique years and years ago, and because the leaves are really falling here in Maine, I thought it would be an excellent time to show you this technique if you've never seen it. Now, I just want to mention one thing before I get started. We have a new bundle coming on November 1st for customers. And I wanted to show you because I've received mine already. I haven't used it yet, but it's so pretty. I just can't believe how Stampin' Up! Already, they just overwhelmed me with their the products they come out with lately. So this one is called Fitting Flore. You can see some of the products here, and it's going to go from November 1st to January 4th. I'm going to show you the couple sheets here, and then I'll show you the actual products. There's some embellishments. We have some oval dies with some elements to go with it. The framed Flore stamp set, and then we have some designer paper. There's also this one here that I haven't gotten yet. I just got the one stamp set, and then look at how pretty. You can see some of the patterns on the paper. I'm actually going to show you the paper today. I have it here in front of me. So here is the gold adhesive back swirls. I'm going to take it out of this. Where's the end? Right here. I need to show this to you without the cello wrap because it's so pretty, and it does actually have swirls in it, and they're pretty flat, which is what I like. I like when stuff is flat so you can mail. Here is the framed Flores stamp set. Look at the fonts, pretty fonts. And then we have the framed Flores die. So I've already put mine on a magnet sheet. I wanted to talk to you about that. So I think it was this last catalog. Stampin' Up! Has started pre-printing the designs of our stamps right on the clear case, if you haven't noticed, so that when you take these off and use them, you can stick them right in your stamp case. Now, normally, when I have a die set that has a lot of dies, I use both of these here to stick my magnet sheets to. But because these are pre-printed, I don't want to cover these. So what I did with my dies is I stuck two magnet sheets back to back. So it's two-sided. But look how pretty these ovals are. This one has two. Look at the little hearts that this one cuts out. Then you got a pretty branch. Here's the other one. And then we get some pretty leaves. And I am actually on a team of designers that we are preparing to do one card and tutorial each for our customers that purchase any of the products in this bundle. Now let's look at the paper. I've already flipped the sheet. So there's the two sides of this sheet. Here's the next one. The next one I'm going to show you made me go wow, because I'm a blue person. Look at this one. I just love the blue flowers. This is my favorite. Here's the next one. We got two more. Look at the blue on this one. I'm telling you, this is just gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And here's the last one. Now, let me tell you what the colors are that are included in this paper. They are Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. So for those of you that are not demonstrators, as demonstrators we get to pre-order. So November 1st, you guys will get to order these. Okay, let's move on to my card. So as I just said, I have actual leaves from my yard. This is actually, believe it or not, this is a red maple. I don't know why it's still green. And these came off of my blueberry bushes. I have 6 blueberry bushes. So I grabbed these. Now normally these are green, but because of fall they started turning red. I'm using soft seedlings. All I'm using is the little hello stamp on this one. I've got early espresso ink, linen thread, the rustic metallic adhesive back dots. You can see there's 2 sizes on that. And I'm going to make 2 cards for you because I'm going to use one of each leaf. I'm going to bring in some of the leaves that I have used after I show you my layers. I am using our Fluid 100 watercolor paper. This watercolor paper is what works really great with the leaves that I'm going to show you. I'm using our foam adhesive sheets. And for both cards, Early Espresso 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5.5. So let me go ahead and fold both of these so they'll be ready. And I wanted to try to match my leaves, but I wanted to stick with the green on this one. So this is Pear Pizzazz and Mary Merlot to go with my blueberry bush. These are 5 1/4 by 4. And I have, this is the size of our watercolor sheet, so I can make 2 cards with this. This is actually 7 by 5 inches. I'm going to cut that right now to the side that I need. So I need 4 3/4, just a little strip off of that, by 3 1/2. So that's directly in the center. So there's my 2 pieces for my cards. Now I'm going to bring in my card to show you what I did, and then I'm going to show you some more samples. So here's my card. This is with a maple leaf. I'm actually going to run this through the machine, and it actually presses the leaves, and look what it does to it. So I had 2 leaves on this one. Here's my blueberry bush leaf. So this is the ones I'm going to use. Look how that spread when it bled through. And I made a mark on, okay, blueberry bush after frost hit my leaves. This one is a birch tree. What I really like about this one, I had some holes in some of my leaves, and look how that color seeped into the holes. So this one had 4 holes in it. Here's another maple leaf. And then my last one is a beech tree. It's a huge leaf, so I use the whole sheet of watercolor paper, and then I can cut it in pieces if I want to. So look at all the different colors that the leaves created. Isn't that just neat? So the first thing I'm going to do is bring my machine in. I'm going to have to stand. Now, because we're not using an embossing folder or a die, we're actually using leaves. Here's my sandwich. I have platform number 1. I have a piece of designer paper cardboard. I just put that on top just to give it more pressure. Number 2, and then 2 clear plates. So I'm going to go ahead and use my watercolor paper. I'm going to place my leaf just like that, and I'm going to run that through. And I'm going to go back and forth twice. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's stuck. Now I'm going to peel it off. Look at this one. They're always going to be different. So this is a week later on my leaf. So you can look how pretty that one is. So much color. Now, because I am switching leaves. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that because I know some of that color from the leaf is on my clear plate. I'm going to wipe them both just to make sure. Okay, so my next one is my blueberry bushes. And because the stem is so thick, I just pulled all the leaves off and I just arranged them randomly. Let me see. I'm going to have some go off the edge. Here's a little tiny one. Maybe I'll put that one right there. Now see, that one has a chunk out of it. I'm going to leave that like that just to see how it comes out. Here's another one with a chunk. Looks like the birds have been busy. And I'm going to do one more right there. Okay, let's put that one through and see what happens. So I can't believe the difference just a week, how much more green there is in that one. Again, I'm going to go 1, 2, I can see the red coming already. 3 and 4. So for those of you guys like us in Maine where our leaves are starting to change color, what a perfect time to do this. Where's my, I'm going to flip that over. Let's see what happens with this one. Okay, we have a little bit of red going on. So these are probably starting to dry out more than a week ago, but it's still kind of neat. So look at that one. Oh, there's a branch there. So there's the 2 that I just did. And because these are so pretty, we don't want to cover them too much. So that's why all I did was add a sentiment and then some twine because I wanted the leaves to do all the work. Now, because this is watercolor paper, it does warp a little bit, and that's where my adhesive sheets come in. Actually, I'm just going to use one. And I'm going to bring my paper trimmer. Now this was 3.5 inches wide. I'm going to go just a tad smaller. And I'll finish this off with my scissors. I'm just going to cut one of these up because I'm going to show you that you can also use the little pieces that are left over. So this is like a big Stampin' dimensional, and what happens is it keeps the leaves or the watercolor paper nice and flat. I should have stamped my sentiment first. It's nice and flat underneath. I'm going to put it over here this time. And that's all the stamping I'm going to do. Now let me see. I'm going to go right over here where there's some white spots. And now, these are all just little leftover pieces, and I can still use these. No one's going to know, whoops, a little bit more. No one's going to know that I pieced this on there. And even these, I'll keep these and use them on a card also. I just like using these on watercolor paper, especially because it takes that warp curvy feel out. Now we're going to do some twine. And I did go around this 3 times, or 4 times. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to create a bow. Now, one thing I did not try because I don't think it would work. So a lot of the leaves that have fallen are dry. So I don't think they would be juicy enough to do this. So you need to find trees in your yard that are still got some life to them. Okay, there's that one. Let me straighten this out. And bring it down just a tad. Okay, there's that one. Now we're going to do the second card. 3 and 4. I'm being quiet. I'm concentrating so I don't mess up. We are lucky in Maine because we have so many leaves to deal with. Boy, I didn't leave much of a tail on the end of my bow on this one. Okay, let me move that so it's nice and straight. And now all we have left to do is to glue that on the colored paper. That's going to go on the Pear Pizzazz, and I did move it over to the left just so we'd have more color showing. Then I'm going to glue that to the card base. Okay, there's card number 1. I need to add some bling. Now we're going to peel these off. This time I'm going to move this over to the right. And the reason I do that, I like some of the color to show up more. And for those of you on Facebook, for all the comments, I will draw a name tomorrow to win 2 of these cards. Okay, now let's get the bling. And I'm just going to add 1 of each size on the bottom. And you know what else would look good on here is like a little splatter stamp. You could add splatters to the background. Oh, I guess I think I lost one because I'm pretty sure I had 3 here. I'm going to do 1 there and 1 there. Now let me dig out. I just wanted to show you the difference. So see the difference. This is a week difference from when I picked the leaves. So you can see this one was a lot darker. So I'm thinking there's not as much moisture a week later. And then these 2, for some reason, this is a week later, but it's darker. But look at all the different leaves that I use. It's just so interesting. It's like a little experiment. So I hope you enjoyed my technique for tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good night, everyone, and see you next week. Bye-bye.